Hey guys, it's I Love Reborn's 134, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your reborn look realistic in a car seat. So I'm going to be using baby Roman, of course, and I might show you what my LA newborn Manny looks in here. So let me go get them and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got Manny and Roman, and I'm just gonna show you how both of them look in the car seat. And Manny, sometimes I dress him as a girl and sometimes I dress him as a boy. I really don't play with him as much or at all since I got Roman, just because I like how real Roman is, and he's just like a normal little doll. So I'm gonna put Manny in the car seat first, and I think might be a little bit big, but I'll fix it for him. So I'm just gonna set him in here, and it's a little bit harder to put him in here, as you can tell, because he's stiff and he doesn't really move that well. He's not like a reborn, so I'm gonna have to fix his legs. So let me just get him in here and I'll show you how he looks. So I got him in the car seat, and I think he looks just realistic with it. I just put his hands up by his head and his other hand just down, and I think he looks super cute like this. But as you can tell, he is really tiny in the car seat. Ignore the stuff in the background, that's for a different video, but yeah, he's really tiny in the car seat. So you could take blankets and put them on the sides. So I'll show you how that looks right now. Okay, so you can take the blanket. I just rolled up a long blanket and I wrapped it around him to make him fit better and to make it look like kind of a head support. If you don't have one, which I don't have one, but that's okay. You could just do this so it looks like he's supported in there, and then you're probably gonna want a blanket too, just to cover them up, because newborns get cold, so they use blankets. Right now I don't really have too many blankets. This is like one of the only ones I have, so I'm just gonna use this swaddler as a blanket, but you can just like put the blanket on top and it looks just like a blanket, and it keeps him warm, and he looks more realistic with this blanket over here. And if you don't want to do this, you can roll up two blankets and just put them on the sides, which I'll show you right now. So now you can see he has two blankets on the side of him, just making sure his head stays still. And you can like turn his head. Since Manny is awake, he looks like realistic just sitting like this. And like you can put a blanket on top of him, of course, which makes him look more realistic. So I'm just gonna use this towel that I have for him since it's what's right in front of me. But then he looks super realistic in the car seat, as realistic that an LA newborn can look. But so you don't really have to turn his head like he's sleeping, but you can turn him. Maybe he's looking at something else or the other way. But I just like his head like this and his hand by his head. So there's Manny in the car seat. So now I'm going to put Roman to see how you can put your more realistic reborn or more realistic doll, and how to make them look extra real in the car seat. Okay guys, so I put Roman in the car seat, and you can see that he fits a lot more realistically because he's definitely a lot bigger than Manny is. You can tell Manny is really small. I think he's like 12 inches and Roman's like 19, 20, something around there. But he looks a lot cuter in here. So I'm going to show you that, like, the same thing that I did with Manny with the blanket around him and then the two blankets on the sides. Alright, so I put this around him And so to make him more realistic, I put his hands down and lean his head over, and don't have it completely straight, like turned and like he's laying on the head support. So this is how he looks right now, and he looks really realistic. And of course, using a blanket would make him look even more realistic. Move his hands up and on top of the blanket, kind of. And him with a blanket definitely looks more realistic. Like, he looks really realistic right now. So that's one way you can do it. So I'm about to show you the next way. Okay, so the next way you can do it, like I showed before, is wrapping these two blankets around on the side of him. And I tilted his head a little bit more, like he was leaning on the blanket. So this is how he looks. And I think he looks super realistic. So you can leave him without the blanket. He also looks realistic like that, but most newborns get cold, like I said, so I would keep a blanket on him. And if you keep seeing stuff in the background, like over here, just ignore it. That's for a different video. So that is how to make your reborn or baby doll, LA newborn, look realistic in a car seat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching.